listening to Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz from Pure, Michigan, and one of my favorite things to do, unfortunately, is eat. I sure do find a lot of great restaurants all throughout Michigan. And right now is a good time to make your plans for heading to Grand Rapids because they have Grand Rapids Restaurant Week coming up soon. It's August 13th through the 24th. And to tell us all about it, let's bring in Sally Zerafinitis. She is from Sally Zera Public Relations and representing a Restaurant Week, GR. So, Sally, nice to have you with us today.
Thank you, Dave. This is such a pleasure.
Well, it's great, especially when we get to talk about food. You know how I am, eat way too much.
Yeah.
But you know what? The thing is, if you can find a really good deal and you get really high-quality food, there should be no guilt.
Exactly. That's how we look at it.
Yeah.
In fact, every year I book at about 5 or 6 different restaurants with different people, going out in groups, and it is a blast. I'll tell you what, it is so much fun, and the food is phenomenal.
Well, the thing with, Grand Rapids, it is becoming one of these towns that is becoming known as a foodie town. You look at places like Traverse City and Ann Arbor, and actually so many places around the state that are becoming real foodie towns where you get a great variety of foods, great variety of restaurants at different price points, high quality everywhere. You can find it all right now in Grand Rapids. So this is a really good time to kind of sample some places that maybe you've been wanting to check out at a really good price. So tell us how this works. How does Grand Rapids Restaurant Week work?
Yeah, Restaurant Week. Well, first of all, let me say that there are over 60 restaurants who participate in Restaurant Week Grand Rapids. And what we love about this event is that all of the restaurants who participate, their chefs really get into it. Their chefs are asked to come up with 3-course menus for $28. At some restaurants, the price point is 2 people for $28. It just depends on the type of restaurant that makes sense to have that lower price point. But then the chefs, they just really go all out. They use fresh produce from Michigan and actually from West Michigan in a lot of cases, or products from Michigan. And on their menus, it's great to see all the mouth-watering options that there are out there. And you'd think, my goodness, 60 different restaurants, and, how could they be that different? But they really are. And it's so great to just get on restaurantweekgr.com, and right now you can do that and look at all the menus at these different restaurants.
Well, and I want to kind of go through some of the samples and just give people an idea of the types of food that's out there at these various places. But I have to ask you first, because when you're traveling, like I do a lot of times with travel writers, we both do.
Yeah.
And whenever you're at a restaurant, inevitably those travel writers are pulling out their cameras and they're taking pictures of food. People find that's funny.
Yeah.
But you're actually offering through Grand Rapids Restaurant Week some kind of a photo contest.
Yes. We also have side contests that take place throughout Restaurant Week. So not only are there great menus at the different restaurants for 12 days, but we also have something called Perfect Pairing Contest, and it's an Instagram photo contest. If you go out in Grand Rapids to one of the participating restaurants during Restaurant Week Grand Rapids, just snap away at your photos, and then you can send in your pictures to Restaurant Week.
Yeah, I have hashtag RWGR.
Yes, right. RWGR, Restaurant Week GR, that's what it stands for. And then everybody, the public, will get on the website and post their likes. So the more creative the photos, the better. And then people will actually win gift certificates to some of these restaurants. So that's always fun.
Well, with the quality of the cameras on smartphones today, I'm sure they're going to get some great pictures coming in through Perfect Pairings on Instagram, and the hashtag is RWGR. Well, let's kind of give you some samples of some of the foods that are out there and some of the restaurants that are participating.
Right. The restaurants, I'll give you an example of the different restaurants. Amore Trattoria Italiana is a wonderful Italian restaurant, of course, And they are offering a 5-course menu, and the food there is phenomenal. We also have a number of American-style restaurants, if you're not into more ethnic things, with Flat River Grill, which is in Lowell. You can look on your Michigan map and see where all these cities are close to Grand Rapids. Actually, all the cities within Kent County can take part in Restaurant Week Grand Rapids. There's also a new restaurant called Cork Wine and Grill, and that one's a really trendy, very, very, very nice setting out there. You were actually out there last week.
Yes, very nice.
Vintage, and Cork is their sister restaurant in the same location. There's Judson's Steakhouse. If you love steak, that's located at the Bob.
They're going to have like a 2-course or a 3-course?
3-course.
3-course, wow.
Yeah, right. River House Ada is in Ada, and that's where the big Amway Corporation is located, but it's a wonderful little restaurant right on the Thornapple River. And there are so many restaurants. I mean, you have to really just get on the website and see these. Those are the 3 courses for $28 per person. Some of the other ones that you might be familiar with, Cygnus 27 is part of this. They're located at the Amway Grand Plaza. 616 is located at the JW Marriott. And Tre Cucini is downtown Grand Rapids. Oh, there's just so many. I mean, I'm looking at them all here and going, I can hardly choose between them.
Well, you mentioned this whole thing about some of them having 2 people for $28 and still 3 courses. So, places like Bagger Dave's that I'm hearing about everywhere all of a sudden.
Yeah, and you should go there, your namesake.
Yeah, that's right. Cottage Bar and Restaurant, which everybody in Grand Rapids knows.
Yeah.
And then there are some of the well-known brands and, Buffalo Wild Wings and places like that.
There's Hop Cat, which is a really, really popular restaurant where they serve wonderful tap brews. And there's some ethnic restaurants in there, too. El Granero Mexican Grill and Lindo Mexico and Fajita Republic. All of them very good. And I've looked at their menus. They have homemade food that looks just spectacular.
Now, I also heard about some kind of a grand cocktail contest.
It's a great event. It's called Grand Cocktail. And what happens is the different restaurants who participate, they can send their bar staff into the mix by having their bar staff recommend recipes that they would like to put into the contest. And right now, we have probably 25 contenders in each category. There are 2 categories. There's a Best Woodford Old Fashioned, and then there's a Best Woodford Summer Cocktail. And Woodford Reserve is the headlining liquor because they are the sponsor of this contest. And they will win, the winners of this, the grand prize winners will win a trip to Kentucky to visit the Woodford Reserve and a 2-night stay there. So all the bartenders and the mixologists are really hyped about this contest.
Well, so you have, not only the great deals for Restaurant Week, you have the various contests for some of the people working in the trade, and of course for anybody who wants to take some great food pictures with the perfect pairings with Instagram and using the hashtag RWGR. That's going to be fun because you've got to put these extra things in there too, which I think are pretty cool. So it's going to be a great week. Starts out August 13th. It goes through the 24th, Grand Rapids Restaurant Week. And for more information, just go to the website restaurantweekgr.com. I want to thank Sally Zarafanides for filling us in on Grand Rapids Restaurant Week this week. Well, it's going to be good. The problem is I eat so much that I see these things and I see a good deal, and then I just want to eat more. But everything in moderation. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Hey, speaking of great things, do you know that Michigan.org offers, information about traveling all throughout the state year-round, and you can find out about not only things happening this season, but maybe you want to plan for your ski getaway already for this winter. I know you probably don't want to start thinking about winter yet, But you can, and that's the cool thing about Michigan.org. There's information about some of our great ski resorts, places like Crystal Mountain and Boyne, and you name it, Treetops. They're all over the place. These great places to enjoy wintertime experiences. And before you know it, we'll be looking for that. So you might want to do a little advanced planning right now by going to Michigan.org. You can also take your opportunity to win some great prizes from some great destinations. Like right now, My Coke Rewards is working with us to give out some great prizes to go to Grand Rapids, very soon to Traverse City for some trips. So check that out today at Michigan.org. We're going to find out what's happening in the Detroit area. You're going to really love it if you're into cars. That's coming up next right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.